Did you know Tanzania is one of the fastest growing economies in East Africa? But what's driving this growth, and what are the opportunities? In this video, we'll explore Tanzania's macro and microeconomic landscape over the last 2 years and uncover its potential for future development. We'll look at key economic indicators, sector performance, government policies, and the opportunities that could shape Tanzania's future. Let's dive in. Let's begin with GDP growth. Over the last 2 years, Tanzania's GDP growth has been steady, averaging around 5 to 6% annually. This growth has been driven by sectors like agriculture, mining, and tourism, despite global challenges like the COVID-19 pandemic and rising inflation. To inflation and monetary policy. Inflation has been relatively stable, hovering around 3 to 4%, thanks to prudent monetary policies by the Bank of Tanzania. The central bank has maintained a balanced approach to interest rates, ensuring liquidity while controlling inflation. Also, the shilling has remained stable against major currencies, supported by strong foreign exchange reserves. However, the trade balance has been under pressure due to rising import costs, especially for fuel and machinery. Lastly, on this broad view is the government debt, whereby public debt has been a concern, with the debt-to-GDP ratio nearing 40%. While this is manageable, the government is focused on borrowing for infrastructure projects to stimulate long-term growth. Now, let's dive into the micro section of the economy. Let's start with agriculture, the lifeblood of Tanzania's economy. Did you know that over 65% of Tanzanians depend on farming for their livelihoods? But here's the catch. Despite its importance, the sector faces major challenges. Most farmers still rely on rain-fed agriculture, and access to modern tools and technology is limited. Imagine potential if we could transform this sector with irrigation systems and better farming techniques. Now, let's shift gears to mining. Tanzania is sitting on a gold mine, literally, with vast reserves of gold, tanzanite, and natural gas. The mining sector contributes over 7% to GDP. But here's the exciting part. Recent reforms in the mining sector are attracting more foreign investors. For example, the government renegotiated mining contracts to ensure Tanzania gets a fair share of the profits. Could this be the start of a mining boom? Let's keep an eye on this space. Next up, let's talk about tourism. Picture this. Pristine beaches in Zanzibar, the majestic Serengeti, and the iconic Mount Kilimanjaro. Tourism is a major foreign exchange earner for Tanzania, and it's bouncing back after the COVID-19 slump. The government has launched campaigns like Tanzania, the Soul of Africa, to attract tourists. But here's the question. Can Tanzania leverage its natural beauty to become a top global tourist destination? I think so. Finally, let's zoom in on SMEs in the informal sector. Did you know that small businesses make up over 90% of Tanzania's economy? From street vendors to local artisans, these businesses are the heartbeat of the economy. But here's the challenge. Many struggle with access to credit and poor infrastructure. Imagine the impact if we could empower these entrepreneurs with better financing and training. The possibilities are endless. Now that we've explored the microeconomic landscape, let's dive into the government policies and reforms that are shaping Tanzania's future. Are these policies working? Let's find out. Let's kick things off with infrastructure development. Picture this. $1 billion LNG project, a high-speed railway connecting Dar es Salaam to Mwanza, and a massive hydropower plant lighting up millions of homes. These aren't just dreams. They're real projects. The Standard Gauge Railway, SGR, and the Julius Nyerere hydropower project are game-changers for Tanzania's economy. But here's the big question. Will these projects deliver the promised economic boost? Only time will tell. Now, let's talk about the business environment. Tanzania has made strides in simplifying tax policies and reducing red tape. But is it enough to attract foreign investors? The truth is, while the government has improved the ease of doing business, challenges like corruption and bureaucracy still linger. Imagine potential if Tanzania could fully unlock its business-friendly potential. What do you think needs to be done? Let me know in the comments. Next up, let's look at social programs. The government has rolled out initiatives like free education and healthcare, aiming to build a healthier, more skilled workforce. But here's the catch. Are these programs reaching everyone? While progress has been made, there's still a long way to go to ensure equitable access. Imagine the impact if every Tanzanian had access to quality education and health care. The future would look incredibly bright. Now that we've explored the government's role in shaping the economy, let's turn our attention to the future prospects and potential for growth. What opportunities lie ahead for Tanzania? Let's dive in, starting with the blue economy. Tanzania's coastline stretches over 1,400 kilometers, and its lakes and rivers are teeming with resources. From fisheries to marine tourism, the potential is enormous. But here's the question. Is Tanzania fully tapping into this opportunity? With the right investments, the blue economy could become a major driver of growth. Imagine the possibilities. Shifting gears to digital transformation. Did you know that over 70% of Tanzanians have access to mobile phones? This has sparked a revolution in mobile money and digital services. Companies like Nala and Vodacom's M-Pesa are transforming how people save, spend, and invest. But here's the exciting part. The rise of fintech and e-commerce could unlock even more opportunities. Could Tanzania become a digital hub in East Africa and surpass Kenya? Against the odds. Next up, let's talk about renewable energy. Tanzania has abundant sunshine, wind, and water resources, making it a prime candidate for clean energy projects. The government is already investing in solar and hydropower, but here's the challenge. Can these projects scale up to meet the growing demand for energy? Imagine a Tanzania powered entirely by renewable energy. It's not just a dream, it's a possibility. Finally, let's look at regional integration. As a member of the East African Community, EAC, and the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA, Tanzania is well positioned to benefit from regional trade. But here's the big question. Is Tanzania leveraging these opportunities effectively? With the right policies, Tanzania could become a trade powerhouse in the region. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Now that we've explored Tanzania's economy, its strengths and opportunities, let's wrap up with some final thoughts. What do you think Tanzania needs to do to achieve sustainable growth? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into global economies. Thanks for watching.